This was a terrible way to end the game. Terrible way to end the game. This one's on Ron Rivera. This one's on Ron Rivera. It's all on Ron Rivera. Some of it's on Scott Turner, but most of it, maybe all of it's on Ron Rivera. I mean, it's just it's so frustrating at this point because it seems like every year we get worse. 2020 under Ron Rivera, we went 7-9. 2021 last year, 7-10. This year we're 1-4 so far. 1-4. That is absolutely horrible. And I know Ron Rivera is terrible in September and October, but you just can't have that. I mean, 1-4. This was a winnable game. A good team, an average team wins this game. The Giants beat the Titans. They would win this game. The Texans, the Texans would beat the Titans today. An average team would beat them. We're just not good. We're probably the worst team in the NFL right now. We really are. I truly believe that. And if things are gonna change, we gotta change this coaching staff around. This coaching staff is awful. I mean, Ron Rivera, his clock management is terrible. I said this in my last video, my preview video of this game. Ron Rivera's clock management is absolutely horrific. Late in the game, about a minute or 58 seconds left in the game, we ran a play. I think it was a pass play, and Curtis Samuel got the ball. He went backwards. Ron Rivera didn't call a timeout until it reached like the 28 second mark. What are you doing? I mean, he was inbounds. Well, he was out of bounds, but it wasn't forward progress, so the clock kept rolling. He needs to know that. Ron Rivera needs to be aware that the clock is still rolling. He didn't maintain forward progress, so the clock is still rolling. You got to take a timeout there. And that challenge earlier on the Cam Sims catch, horrible. When I saw the replay of it before Ron Rivera challenged it, I could already tell you that ball bobbled. It bobbled out of Cam Sims' play. And what a great effort by Cam Sims. He just couldn't haul it in, which is fine. But why would Ron Rivera challenge that? I'm sure he saw the replay himself. But that was just a terrible, terrible challenge. And it would come back to haunt us because it would take away one of our timeouts. So we didn't have any timeouts late in the game. I mean, it was just absolutely terrible. And I know all of it, I've said all of it's, like, most of it's on, like, Ron Rivera. 90% of it's on Ron Rivera. But I feel like the rest of the 10% is on Scott Turner. When we were on the 2-yard line, around 15 seconds left, he had chances. He had so many chances to run the ball, but he decided to throw on all 3 downs we had there. I just don't know what he was doing. And on the last down, Carson went through an interception, which obviously that's not Scott Turner's fault, but why would you call a passing play? You drafted Brian Robinson for a reason, to be your bell cow back, to like push his way through for those extra yards and lay off the load of Antonio Gibson. Brian Robinson would have gotten the touchdown there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I just don't know what Scott Turner was thinking there. Now, Scott Turner, other than that, he was okay today. He didn't have the best day, but he did call some all right play calls. But it was just overall really bad, really, really bad. There were some positives from today, but the positives really are outlooked by the negatives. Obviously, Ron Rivera needs to go. He needs to go now. He might be worse than Jay Gruden. He really is. He might be worse than Jay Gruden. Him, Scott Turner, Jack Del Rio, maybe. Although the defense wasn't that bad today, but I'll get to that later. The Herneys, Martin Herney, and Marty Herney, they gotta go. They have to go. I mean, it was just so bad. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Ron Rivera, he's just past his time. He's just past his time. I mean, he just isn't that coach anymore. We got to move on. We got to get a young offensive minded head coach, or just a young coach in general after this. Hopefully Ron Rivera's gone after this season. If he isn't, I mean, I don't think Dan Snyder's going to do. I really don't think so. But Ron Rivera, he needs to go. He really does. Now, as for the positives today, De'Ami Brown, he had a really good game today. 2 catches, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. That first touchdown, Carson Wentz, beautiful deep ball pass, so that went 75 yards, and then his second beautiful one-handed catch and a great pass from Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz actually had a decent day today. Besides, like, I think he overthrew Cole Turner once on a third down. We were 1 for 11 on third downs, by the way. That's on Scott Turner too. That was terrible, terrible. I mean, we gotta fix that, man. But Carson Wentz overall, he wasn't bad today. 359 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. First of all, we had over 400 yards of total offense, and I know we couldn't really get anything going on the run game, but we had 400 yards of total offense and still managed to lose. We still managed to lose. That's on coaching right there. That's on coaching. That's not on the players. That's on coaching. I mean, something's got to change. Something's got to change now after the season. I don't care. Something's got to change. I mean, it cannot continue to be like this. It really can't. The Titans really weren't that good today. I mean, Ryan Tannehill, look at his stats. 15 for 25, 181 yards, 1 touchdown. He really wasn't great today. We sacked him 5 times. Our defense was pretty good today. Specifically our defensive line. Our secondary wasn't getting cooked that much, although Bobby McCain got cooked on this one play, which was really bad. Derrick Henry was kind of cooking today, although he got 105 yards off of 28 carries. That's kind of a lot of carries, but he was still all right today. I mean, it was just bad. I mean, as for our other guys besides Diami, Terry McLaurin had a pretty good day. Curtis Samuel had a few catches. John Bates was decent. J.D. McKissick and Antonio Gibson had a few catches. And then Cam Sims, like I said earlier, on the play that Ron Rivera challenged, terrible challenge, by the way, as I said, Cam Sims bobbled it, and it wasn't a catch. That was a beautiful throw by Carson Wentz, by the way. As for the defense, they played pretty good. Yeah, like I said, the defense played good. Cole Holcomb, 15 total tackles. Shout out to Cole Holcomb. He also had 1 tackle for loss. Montez Sweat, he finally got his first sack today. Not only 1, but he had 2 sacks today. A total of 6 tackles, 2 sacks, and 3 tackles for loss. Bobby McCain, like I said, he got cooked today. He did have 1 good pass deflection, I think. But other than that, he didn't look too great today. Jamin Davis had a solid day. James Smith-Williams had a sack, as well as F.A. Obata. Kendall Fuller actually didn't get cooked today, as I saw at least. Don Payne was pretty good today. He had half a sack. Oh, William Jackson. He got benched, I think, mid-first quarter or towards the end of the first quarter. I wonder why. I mean, William Jackson hasn't been good at all this season, but I wonder what specific play it was that led him to get benched. I really wonder. So maybe I'll look at film for that, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Cam Curl, he was solid today. He had a tackle for loss. Benjamin St. Juste, I didn't notice much of him. Jonathan Allen, he had some pressures today. He also had half a sack, and everyone else had 2 tackles or less. But our special teams, it was Dax Milne. He sucks. Sorry to say it, but he sucks. He just looks really confused out there when he's returning kicks and punts. So we need. I really wish he kept DeAndre Carter. I really did. Tressway, he was solid today. He had a few nice punts. And other than that, that's really all to discuss. So we lost this one. Moral of the story, we got to clean house. We really got to clean house. This season's over for us, in my opinion. It's really over. I mean, we've lost 4 straight games. Lions, Eagles, Cowboys, Titans. Who else can we really beat? We played the Bears Thursday night. I thought before going into this game or the season overall, I thought we would beat the Bears. Not anymore. I mean, they almost came back against the Vikings today, but the Vikings are pretty good. So yeah, they didn't, but they almost pulled off a comeback against the Vikings today. So we'll see about that, but I just don't think we're gonna beat the Bears. So yeah, Brian Robinson, his return, he was all right. I mean, he 9 carries, 22 yards. He was on a snap count, so he didn't really do much. So yeah, that's really it to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications, comment what you guys thought about today's game, if you think Ron Rivera should go or not, and maybe a couple of coaching staff changes. So yeah, and other than that, it's me, King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.